Yeah, we'll touch upon what you said there about the mental health side of things and well-being as well. So how would you like to see that um, being embedded within the curriculum as well?
Well, first of all, not necessarily in the curriculum, but I think my sort of general view on mental health is that the more we feel we can be open about mental health, the better it is for everybody. You
Yeah.
know, and again, I think kids are ahead of us on this. I think they just, and yes, it can lead to bullying, and yes, it can lead to difficulties, but in general, are we better off if kids feel able to admit that they're struggling
Mm,
psychologically, just as if you're in the staff room,
yeah.
you're off your soapbox and you're feeling a bit down. Are you able? Is there a culture there where you're able to sort of share that with somebody? I think that's a better thing all round.
Yeah.
And I think this idea that I remember one of the things I really thought was good that we did back in the day was this thing about classroom assistants. We had
Yeah.
teachers with, particularly those large classes, you had a teacher there that was the teacher, identified as the teacher. We had somebody alongside who was just kind of helping deal with the particularly challenged kids and so forth. And I think having that kind of that sort of model for mental health I think, would be the ideal.
Yeah.
Somebody who's there either in the school or a hub or whatever it might be, but their job is to be part of the educative process, but they're on the lookout the whole time for
Mm,
kids that they think might be struggling. And I think the other, you know, I talked about, the impressions I get when I go into schools. The other thing I've really seen an uptick is in, well, I mean, special educational needs is a
oh
whole
yeah.
nother disaster. But the
Mm,
whole, the uptick in autism,
yeah.
that seems to be, and then, what's the best way of trying to make sure that the kids that might have autism are still getting a decent education, hopefully with other kids around them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's going to need careful handling, careful support.
There needs to be a massive reform with again. I think funding is central
Yeah,
to it because so many schools are really struggling to make ends meet, but we see day in, day out that the issues that we just can't, just within our remit, we've just not got the funds and the support in
yeah.
place to help. So it is massive.